About the pre-orders. Yes, we're doing the pre-orders on the website in a few minutes. Probably not in a few minutes, probably around 8 o'clock I'm going to do the pre-orders on the website. I'm trying to figure out what in the world is my remote. Oh, there it is in the chair. I had to load pictures up. We just came off of Facebook a few minutes ago, advertising over there. So now we're back over here. So I'm going to do off some skin levels. People have asked me how high are the white levels. So let's do some skin levels demonstrations on here to show you how high the white levels are. Mine, this is an ultra black screen. It's actually one of the darkest screen paints we've ever developed. And it has amazing white levels, contrast, and color. Very easy to apply on, very easy to coat, one coat application, very easy to do. I was able to use some of the screen paint to actually paint a projector of mine downstairs. We'll be showing off that demonstration too. All right, so let's begin and show you how amazing the technology is on the white levels. These are requests we're getting from people on Facebook requesting us to do some white level skin tones, stuff like that. All right, so let's begin. Let's see what we're gonna go for this. One particular video I do like. Very nice white levels on here. Just came off here a few minutes ago, so it should be here. There we go.
Yo, dude, you need some help?
So this is the white levels on the ultra black screen. As I said before, the heightener technology was increased to give the screen the ability to be able to pull a much higher white level than the Phantom. Now, I wanted to do these pre-record, but like I said, our Wi-Fi is working fantastic. On top of that, it's kind of hard for people to believe that there's a jet black screen as dark as this one, producing such insane white levels. So, I think we're just going to do the demonstrations live. That screen is that black, and the white levels are that high. 4K Snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
So we show you our different white levels. Here. Any angle that I turn, that white level is going to show up. So it can be here, turn all the way around. Sorry about the condition of the room. We're still doing work in here, so I'm actually painting the room so it's bright white. Most people want to go with a darker. I'm going to do the whole entire environment in a nice bright white in here. And that's how high the white levels are. So anywhere I move at, that screen's going to remain bright on any angle. That's an advanced hyper technology we install into the screens, or screen paint. I had a few people ask me, is it a physical screen? It's not a physical screen, it's an actual screen paint. And because the white levels are so high, the screen doesn't hot spot. That is a 5,000 lumen Christie over there. We use the 5200 lumen Sony VPL FH36, 4000 lumen, 4300 lumen Sony VPL 30, or FH30. These screens are designed to absorb any excess light. So there you go. At 5,000 lumens, the screen can't even hot spot.
You guys are here early.
I like to be back from my screen. I don't like to sit right up on top of the screen. There's the Christmas Snow Cottage. Now I'm going to be painting my ceiling. I'm going to be installing in a 235.1, and I decided the acoustic screen I have sitting in the window, I'm going to convert that over into the OLED like screen paint technology. I am going to be installing the 148 inch that is actually inside of the theater room, outside onto the deck. That one's going to be encoded with the invisible phantom technology. Sorry, you're saying phantom, we don't do phantoms anymore. Invisible black widow. Okay, this is another one. There's a big bear. Now we'll be showing off some of the stuff. I told you the labels aren't done yet because we had to order something special for the labels. They will have labels on the back, a logo, what do you call it, the copyright logo will be actually on this at the end of the day. Keep in mind, because the YouTube channel is advertising the product, the logo is still there. Basically, it says Crystal Age Technology. This is just a technology under the company. So we have no need to make gamer, no need to make gunmetals. No, this thing does it all. It does it all, everything. And we're going projector shopping next week. I don't really have to worry about a projector having a 720p or contrast ratio, or if it has an outstanding color capability. It doesn't make a difference. This thing does everything. That's what I love about it. I know what I like more, the black levels or the white levels. As I said before, a dangerous projection screen has a screen that's ultra black and can read white light. Because at the end of the day, this thing can blend in anything it wants at the end of the day. Now notice most people have their projectors, they got them at, well, basically, when you buy a projector, it's always in half. It's always in 50s. Everything's in half. So 50s is kind of factory settings. That's where you get your projector at. Anything below that is under factory settings. This projector is at 45 in eco mode. Because the screen's so bright, we don't have to burn our projectors at full capacity. Now some people are saying, well, you've changed the lamp. Yeah, I changed the lamp because I run my projectors 24/7. As a matter of fact, I got one on right now running. It's been running for the last 2 days. So yeah, usually if I burn my projectors out, I burn them out. Brightness 45, which means my projector is sitting under factory settings. Factory settings are all in 50s, all the way down the road, all in 50s. My projector is under factory settings. Because some people may say, oh, it's a $5,000 projector. It's got to be like in the 80s or 70s or under over 50. No, we're actually under factory settings. So that's why we're going to have to do a lot of these demonstrations live, due to the fact that it's going to be hard for some people to understand that we can have black technology. Well, we have black technology, I don't know about anybody else, but that can produce these levels with no problem. So that's why we're going to be doing a lot of our demonstrations and live, so that way we can check in the day that these are real 100%. We're not going to do too many pre-recorded at the end of the day. It's going to be hard for, I'm not saying everybody, but it's going to be hard for some people to accept that, yes, you can have a screen that's ultra black, produce amazing white levels at the end of the day. But our technology, like I said, at the end of the day, everything we have comes from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who blesses us with the ability to be able to design such amazing technology. Looks like one happy horse. So some people saying, well, God doesn't exist. Well, understand this. Well, for those who don't believe in God, I don't have a degree in chemistry at all, period. All my ideas, everything I have comes from our Lord and Savior. And I'm able to develop this amazing technology. So God does exist. Because there's no other way to explain it, how someone without a chemistry background degree can develop something like this. Oh, look at Monkey Man. I just realized something. All my two of my motorized projection screens have phantom. I gotta repaint them. I gotta convert them to the new technology. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna roll over again. All right, I'm gonna check something else on here too. I love showing the beautiful colors over this. That's why, so when you develop a screen, you're supposed to do the opposite of what the screen's not supposed to do. Contrast levels, I can display them all day long in this technology, not a problem. I display the white levels because it's something that the screen is not supposed to be to do. Like gray screens. Gray screens are supposed to produce contrast levels, something that they can't do. It's supposed to do the opposite. I cannot wait to get my 150 inch and see what the P2 is going to look like on that. It's going to look crazy at the end of the day. Like I said, it's a shame because projectors really don't get a chance to show what they really can do due to the fact that majority of most screens out here dumb down the projector. I'm gonna put it over here. Contrast over here are crazy insane.
Mother's point. I'm driven, sometimes funny, and carefree. Independent, educated, and determined, and powerful, adventurous, fearless.
And what I like about the projector I'm using in my demonstration is the fact that usually when you watch screens on certified projection screens, one of the problems you have is the fact that the projector, chances of they're using in the demonstration, is extremely expensive. In this demonstration, my projector cost me $500, that's it. You can find the crispy LWs, the 505s. Some places will have for 5, some will have for 4. I think I'm for 4. I do want to get another one, I just want to make sure I get one that works. I was blessed to get this one over here. I think next week I'm going to purchase me an LX 400 Christie projector at $100 or 120, 130. I want to use that one here also too. Now, we're not going to bother mentioning any gray screens in the demonstrations anymore. There's no point. There's just no way anybody can keep up with that tech. Or any other certified screen can't keep up with it either. We're still going to do the test. It's definitely going to happen. But we can't just say we got to back it up. But I already know from the door, there's nothing going to be able to stand the screen. The projectors we're using in the demonstration, they're high-end projectors, but they're not on the level we got behind us right now. And this is a $500 projector. So imagine if this is used on a projector of $1,500 or $3,000 or $4,000, how insane the screen's going to look. So the object of the projector behind me is the fact that if someone comes in to watch my demonstrations, they can stare at the projector and go, oh, I can afford that, because you can. It's a $500 projector. No calibrating, nothing. We're under factory settings. I think people that are used to watching screens on white screens and gray screens are going to have to get used to the fact that they're seeing a 100% black level. I never used to it. I got throughout my entire house and I never used to it. I'll tell you one thing, projectors that have an insane amount of contrast levels, you ain't bragging about that anymore. What for? Get a projector of 2,000 lumens to do the exact same thing. That's why we'll have the P2 in here at a 2 million to 1 contrast level, stick it on a gray screen, and we'll have a projector with only a 200 to 1 or 2,000 to 1 contrast ratio, and watch what happens. That pretty much puts an end to spending all this money because the projector has a high contrast capability.
Hi, baby.
Don't need it.
That thing you're tasting, it's called skin. It's kind of weird. It's stretchy, it's sensitive, and so delicate. And with your dad here, we'll help keep it clean and healthy. We're honeys, by the way. Hi, we got you, baby. Still not edible.
Next level. We were talking about this last year. I remember talking about this last year. Talking about having a screen that's super jet black and can maintain the same white levels. And here we are, it's right there. They ask the same question every time. You got a degree in chemistry? I'm like, nope. How'd you learn it? God's blessing. So how does a person with no chemistry background figure out exactly how to make a screen super jet black and to be able to accept and read white light? And mind you, this technology wasn't made in a year. It wasn't made in 2 years or 3 years. It was developed within hours. So you tell me that God doesn't exist at the end of the day. Even when I look at it, I still can't believe it's actually real. I say this would have to be the most impressive black screen I've ever seen. Okay, it kind of comes back to black. I love that. I love how when it changes over to the frame rate and it goes back to solid black and boom, the color comes back on again. Gray screen can't do that. The minute it transfers over to that black level, it still remains gray. It doesn't transfer to black. Maybe my screen's can't do it. This is going to give my customers an amazing advantage point in home theater. That was already on the channel. Why did I go to the channel? It was already on the channel.
Here's the perfect moments. Now go make some of your own. Old Spice rice bread? It's got a lot of rice
Okay, that was weird. On so many levels. Everyone Coca-Cola right now. I'm gonna go Amazon for shopping. I want Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. pretty sure this was done in the dark. I'm pretty sure half the ones I ran have been in the dark already. I guarantee you. They have no choice. There's no way in the world they're going to pull that before the environment. Not going to happen. Commercial. They have a hard time picking up red and black, so there's no way where they did that before they did. Impossible. Can't pick up. Don't worry, gray screen, it's not you. Gunmetal's gonna have an issue too. Gunmetals can pull that, they can pull contrast to a certain degree. This is a jet black screen. And I thought the Phoenix were dark. Now we have the Phantom. The Phantoms were dark, and now we have this one here. And this one product right here is actually darker than the original version of the Black Widow. When we did the Black Widow the first time, and I had to code it the second time, it was darker. My second is on camera, it's a little bit darker, and God bless us to have it. Look at that, incredible. I can't wait to do wallpaper. The wallpaper's gonna be ultra thin with that black across it. I'm serious. Mortal Kombat trailer.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's the one I want. That's one that ultra black. I want to see this.
With the Sapphire Preferred card, earn 3 times points on online groceries.
Even the secret ingredient.
Yes!
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't figure out what it was. Chain link combos. That's what I wasn't seeing in the video. That's what I wasn't seeing. Everything was space, back up, pause, base. Yeah, there was no pause. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Sorry, my brain works on another level. Something I was thinking about. This supposed to be a chain link of combos when never mind. I'm not even going to discuss it. You don't leave any option for thought. I know, change all phone, yes, all phone. I love the fact there's no freaking pause. It's just all freaking, oh, I love it. I love it, Mortal Kombat. I got one guy at Mortal Kombat. Wow. Oh my goodness, I thought about that. Yeah, Bible. Look at that. Look how it converts back to black. Oh, that is freaking amazing. Hold on for a minute. I gotta see something for a minute. I gotta tell you guys what's up. I gotta see something for a minute. Yeah, gray screens and gunmetal. No, not against that. You won't. Not against that. No, you won't. I gotta see this. Hold on for a minute. I'm just out of curiosity. I gotta know. What do we have? Oh, that's downstairs, isn't it? Here it is. We don't need any real quick. What's the distance like? I gotta see this. Alright. It's not gonna pick up. We have to be in the dark for this one. Where's the remote control? We just had it. I want to see this again. This is why when I say in videos that gray screens are pointless. I'm not joking. They're not worth it anymore. Well, anytime you have gunmetal screens, you weren't worth it to begin with. When the gunmetal first came out, this is black. I haven't played Mortal Kombat in I don't know how long. I'm gonna get me one of them. I don't know if the last one, whether I can go check on my account, which one's the last one.
Is it possible that the past and future are colliding? Only Chronica has such power.
I intend to restart history. Let the new era begin. Radiant's armies are coming. They will fight us, and they will.
I can't explain this any more than I already had. Gray screens are upgrades of white screens. White screen will do the same thing. It'll pick up a slightly higher white level, but at the end of the day, you can't see color or contrast, which are the two things you need the most. The black screen can maintain its white levels and still be able to pull off an image that makes the screen very, very watchable. But at the end of the day, you guys can't see contrast or color, which is very important, because without that, you're a white screen. White screens do that. They pick up white levels, but they can't see contrast and color. That's what this green screen is doing right now. See?
On the ship now.
This is no advancement of a white screen at all. Nice, way behind.
We must find Chronica's keep and strike it. As hot.
Yeah, I am way behind. I'm gonna have to buy me a couple of these a day to catch up. Let me see. LG beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? There's only certain areas of what a gray screen can go. They're limited. They can't go everywhere on the projector screen. So you can pull white levels, yeah, but so can the black technology. You can't see contrast and color at the end of the day. Not even with the lights out. The darker the screen, the more advanced the colors are going to be. But also too has to maintain white levels too. Because if the white levels couldn't maintain on a black screen, you wouldn't see color. It'd be virtually impossible to see the fish moving across the screen. You gotta watch this out. You can't see color. That's why I hear people saying, but I got brighter whites. Yeah, you're a white projection screen. That's what you just described yourself to be. You can't see color, you can't see contrast, you don't do well in fully lit environments, you're not ambient like projection, you're a white screen. That's what you are. This is an upgrade version of it, that's all. Ultra black OLED demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm gonna see what they put in. How badly they butchered it. Or she butchers it really bad. Ultra black OLED demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Parallel universe. Who comes up with this stuff at the end of the day? Really? I just read something on there about parallel universes. You know what this? Perfect black. Let me see. Oh, fireworks display. I like those. Now, so you can understand, in order for the black screen to be able to pull up those pretty colors in the background, it has to be able to accept white light. If the black levels are too high, that means you can't see the fireworks going off in the background. The gray screen can't see contrast, nor can it see color, but it can accept the white level to a certain degree. So that's why with the gray screen, we have to pay money for a very expensive projector to make up for the screen's contrast that it can't pick up and the color it can't pick up. And still, after all that money, you're not picking up anything at the end of the day. That's why we're buying the P2 projector and bringing it in here to show you at the end of the day that even with a projector with that capability and power, your gray screen is picking up nothing at all at the end of the day. And we can take a $60 projector and stick it on a black screen and it'll level up with no problem. Comes down to the screen at the end of the day. Oh, what's this one here? Some demo? What's the feeling? Oh yeah, I like this one. I like that one here. OLED didn't spend all that money on that technology to basically develop that super jet black TV. Did not realize that contrast is everything at the end of the day. That's why it's embedded on your cell phone, your VR glasses, your TV, computer monitors, everything that has that OLED technology attached to it becomes extremely expensive. Here's the difference. Awesome pinball games, but they don't look like this. Perfect blacks. I wonder. That's not a black level right there. See how your screen turns that kind of funny tannish look to it, that grayish look? It's having a hard time picking up those contrast levels. That's what's happening. Samsung. Contrast levels.
Getting that from YouTube.
Well, definitely you can't pick up the OLED horse. That's definitely not going to happen. Watch. See? These demonstrations were done in dark environments too. Wash this out. Can't see red. See right there? Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Can't pick it up. Can't see it. That's why we do the solid colors to show you at the end of the day. Instead of showing you a bunch of pretty colors flashing across the screen, we do the solid colors to show you at the end of the day. You cannot see red. Literally, it doesn't pick up. You would have to calibrate your projector to a certain degree. Even with it calibrated, you still can't see red. It's an obsolete screen. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's an upgraded version of a white screen. That's what you have. That's a 5,000 lumen projector, and you still can't see it. Not even with the lights out, you still can't see it. That's why we explain to you at the end of the day that gray screens are obsolete screens. They're old screens. They don't have the capability. You actually literally think you're seeing red at the end of the day. You're not seeing red. It's a shame because really some people at the end of the day really believe that when they turn on their projection screen and they have a gray screen, then they really think they're seeing red. Like, nope, you're not seeing it. This is what I see. When I look at your videos, when I watch people displaying the gray screen products and they show up their screen, that's what I see. Because I'm used to looking at this technology all day long. But if I didn't see this technology all day long, I would have thought that was red at the end of the day. When we used to make gray screen paints. But you're not seeing red. And you know it's gonna even. And for some reason people say, well, you don't have this projector and that projector. It doesn't make a difference. If we have 4K, 1080p, 720p, you're not seeing red at the end of the day. You're seeing a washed out image. That's what you're picking up. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's why you can calibrate. That's why you're in dark environments. If you could pick them up, you would be outside on a 150-inch screen displayed. I'm talking about anybody. I'm not talking about one person. Anybody. You would be the match our demonstrations. 150-inch, you would be outside displaying with no problem. Can't do that. The screen can't pick up. That's why you can't be outside on that level. Smaller screens, yeah, you can get away with that because you can shrink the image, but you can't. You're not doing it in 150 inches. I got 144 in the next room. I can go turn my projector on and display it in a full environment. You can't do that. Screen won't pick up. The gray screens were popular before gunmetals came out. That's what killed people, the gunmetals. That's what destroyed you when the gunmetals came out. You were like the high end of screens because all you had was white screens, and you had the gray screens. Gray screens can pour a slightly higher color, a slightly better contrast than a white screen. But then you get these ultra black gunmetals that pop up, and they can reflect white light. They can basically produce contrast levels, these black diamonds, all these big boy screens are popping up. And that's, the gray screen now is considered to be next to the white screen. If you look at the Elite Screen selection, they start off with the white screen, then they had the Cinema Gray, which is the exact same color as that. Then a little darker, they have the Cinema Gray 5D, 3D, and then they have a Dark Star 9, which is the most expensive screen. It's a $3,000 screen. If you notice, and if you crunch the numbers and basically do the research, you will notice that in any company, the top and most expensive screens are not gray. They're gunmetals. They're dark screens. So if someone tells you at the end of the day that that screen right there, that color at the end of the day is the top, no, it's not. It's not. It's actually now it's like a screen. Like I said, it was higher than white, but it's considered to be an upgrade of a white screen. That's all it is. Because if not, it would be this. I got a 5,000 lumen Christie over here, 1920 by 1200 WXGA projector. Not picking up. That's why it's not worth the time. Look at that. Can't see contrast for jack. But our screens can pick up white levels. So if I take a white sheet of paper, I stick it against that screen, guess what? The white sheet of paper is going to maintain and pick up the highest white levels, where the gray screen can't pick up the highest white levels. Of course, it's going to have a little bit of a slightly bump over the white screen, but not by much. And the dark screen is going to dominate both of them because you can see white light contrast in color at the same time. Any company that develops any form of dark technology knows at the end of the day that their white levels are going to drop. Everybody knows that. If you're just now catching on to that, you have been under a rock for the last 20 years. Because anybody knows that. But the important thing when you're dealing with dark technology is it still has to maintain a certain white level high enough to be able to be seen. The difference between our technology and everybody else is we can put black paint, black fabric, and other materials against our screen, and our screen can still maintain a higher white level than any black surface. But I doubt most people are saying, yeah, I bought a projector because it has a 3,000 to 1 white level. No, it's contrast. Everything is about contrast. Everybody wants that super jet black OLED, then screens on their wall. That's what they want. They want that contrast, that deep dark level. Only problem is Grace can't see it.
Can I get a midterm?
Now, before anybody goes into a rage or whatever, guess what? If you thought that was Crow's product over there, you're wrong. That's Sherwin-Williams. So in the back of your mind, if you were thinking that was his product, that's pretty sad that you can't tell the difference between the two. That's Sherwin-Williams over there. He's downstairs in the bookcase. But you can't tell at the end of the day because they all look the same. Yep. I should do that. I should do a demonstration. Paint up a screen and say, look, we have this product over here, so and so and so. And I guarantee you guys will come in here ranting and carrying on and don't realize the entire time you were never looking at this product to begin with. That's Sherwin-Williams. But you can't tell, can you? No, you can't. Well, we can tell the difference between our product and black paint at the end of the day. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
$5,000 projection screen. This is gunmetal. These are gunmetal screens. They're supposed to be dark contrast screens for you to pull contrast levels. They can still pull it. Let me see. What's the remote control at? We'll have to shift them over to the white wall. Because they can't speed on our technology. They can't put the contrast on our technology. It has to be on the white wall. Which I'm glad we did the wall white. Now this is the first center. What we did was the remote control. Two gets together. On the floor. There's only nothing that uses that. So, on our technology, as you can see, the screen right here can pull contrast, just not against our screen because our screen is jet black. That's why. But if I were to switch it over and put it on the white wall over here, it would pull contrast level. Watch. Much darker, isn't it now? It's much darker that it's not laying against the screen. It's not smacking into it. Let's see, let's bring it over a little bit. Let's go over to the lens shift. Here we go. There we go. It's got a much better contrast than we did when it was over there. It's a much better contrast. Our black levels are much better. Not as dark as ours, but it's much better. So the Darkstar 9 is picking up a much better contrast level than the gray paint, but neither one of them can match the screen that we have over here. Because our screen produces a 100% black level. When you do these demonstrations, you have to be in complete darkness when you do them. Oh, that's not good. You see what I'm seeing here? I tell you, I always figure out something weird with these screens. That's Sherwin-Williams at top, just to let you know. That's not Crow. That's Sherwin. Crow is downstairs. That's Sherwin-Williams. I tell you, Sherwin-Williams is kind of weird. Hold on for a minute. Let me make sure I'm seeing this correctly. You have to be in line. If you're not, you're a little bit off. The screen doesn't reflect right. See how it's darker here and it's lighter down here. I wonder. Bring it up. Yeah. With these screens that have the reflective surface, you literally have to be in line with the screen. I'm gonna stick them against the black screen. There you go, see? That's why our technology is more advanced. That's why next year we go offline. That's why. Because we can prove at the end of the day that you can take a $5,000 screen in screen paint. If you put it on the white wall over here, they do show some advancement, but next to our technology, they can't even hold a candle to. So you think about it. If you had this kind of technology under your belt right now, what would you do with it? There you go. Go corporate, go offline, and basically go hook up with the big boys. And I mean not hook up as in be partner, buddy. I mean basically just go into just basically ruffle feathers at the end of the day. And like I said, they had these screens they developed for what, 3, 4, or 5 years? How long did it take us to develop ours? Less than a week or two or something like that? White sheet of paper. I'm curious. And I said the paint I bought here was ultra white. This paper is actually whiter than my walls. Let's see if you're getting a difference. Not really. There's a white wall right there, I'll tell you that much. There's a white screen, white wall. Really don't see much of a difference between, I mean, honestly, I really don't see much of a difference between, I saw a huge difference between that and the UV, but not with this is Sherman Williams. Sherman Williams is actually pretty good for a gray paint. Red screen.
Taking it from YouTube.
Yeah, ain't much of a difference. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have to do some more testing. But why? It's none of my business anyway. As long as I got the dominating screen paint, who cares? That is kind of weird. Sure is pretty good. But not good, I mean, at the end of the day. It's a $5,000 projection screen. You freaking kidding? Do they test this stuff at the end of the day? I'm pretty sure they don't test it against. Look at the dark surface. That's really weird. That's why we do testing, man. Some weird stuff pops up in testing from time to time, but that is really crazy right there. That's a freaking house paint right there. That's definitely gonna get me letters at the end of the day. But did you test your stuff at the end of the day? I mean, I know you gotta test against white screens because the chances of you running into a white screen, you're gonna have that happen, but a gray screen, you guys ever test yourself on gray screens? I was curious about that kind of stuff. That's a UV mix right there. So that's the dark gray paint he makes. At the end of the day, that's not going to match your stuff. And it can't match contrast at all. At all, period. Starfield screensaver. I'm really curious
Getting that
about
from
that
YouTube.
in the world. I mean, that shouldn't be happening at all. Really, that literally should not be happening. Not with that should not be happening. But maybe I have to do some other testing. See? That's what we try to make it. Tell you what, because soon as they, well, I have a darker mix, doesn't make a difference. It's a jet black screen. I don't know if people understand between black and gray. You know, black is darker than gray, right? That's how it usually works, people. You can't match the screen's contrast levels. The screen produces 100% black. Even if I turn my, if I walk up on my projector, you don't even match my screen. My screen is jet black. Goldfish, black background.
Getting that from YouTube.
This right here is freaking me out. This is kind of weird. That's interesting. I don't have the time of the day to go through it, but I'm just curious exactly how many governmental screens will actually match an actual gray screen at the end of the day. This is why you don't match black screens. Your screens. But I had people, some people asked me that a few minutes today. Were asking me, what about the UV? Will the UV compete with a black screen? Oh man, I swear at the end of the day, this is the reason why I don't like to answer questions at the end of the day. I really don't. I mean, you really have to sit there and answer me that question. Which is darker, black or gray? It's not gonna match. Cat trump, goldfish. Cancel. Cat trump. Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
See, we can't pick the contrast up. And we can blend right into your screen. Make the screen disappear that fast. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you have to understand what you're dealing with here. You got a technology here that can produce better contrast levels, and this is just talking to the individual to understand. Because I know he's gonna rant, he's upset. Seeing the screen produced the way it's doing, it's just freaking him out. So let me give you an understanding of this. Your gunmetal screens, your dark screens, and this is the darkest screen you make. This is literally the darkest one I've ever seen you make at the end of the day. Can't match the screen. Screen produces an extremely high contrast level, which means your gunmetal can't match with it. And I would say this is more gunmetal than the other ones he has, so we'll give him gunmetal on that one. But as I said before, it's not going to match our screen's contrast level. It's not going to happen. And we can blend right into your screen because our white levels are literally that high. Now you would think being a gray screen, it would produce a higher white level, a little dark. Since it's not black, it's not as dark as our screen, it would produce a higher white level. No, we will blend right into your screen. See, that's how much darker I'm into your screen, but yet I can make the screen disappear. Because the white levels on a Black Widow are extremely high. So you can't match that screen in any way whatsoever. As for your lighter mixes, they can't match either because they have a high white level, but they can't produce contrast and they can't produce color at the end of the day. So they don't work either. This is more interesting over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this on a white wall. I said, what the freak? Made you think about that whole not bear, the whatchamacallit, the network gray stuff. I told you it was good. The minute I popped the lid on, I was like, oh, this is really good. Mind you, this is the screen that beat the daylights out of a whatchamacallit, the UV mix. And look at that right there. That is crazy. Let's see if we can go on here. Now to be fair, this one's going to pull a much higher white level because this is a lighter screen than UV. So that would be unfair. Now, you see how the dark, see how the screen right here reflects more white light and this comes up too dark? See the white light in the screen? Look at it. See the difference? That's the UV right here. See how dark the UV comes up? See how light the screen comes in? This is a gunmetal screen. That's considered to be gunmetal because it's very dark. We consider that almost near gunmetal. But this is a very dark screen. See how the white levels come up? Because there's something in the screen that allows it to be able to accept white light. That's why. They know at the end of the day when they developed the screen that it was going to be dark, that the white levels were going to drop automatically. But they have added something to it to make it to produce a higher white level. Where you can look at the UV mix, basically being a darker screen, doesn't have the ability to see white light. That's all. See how washed out the image looks? And we bring it back to life. Watch this. And your backlit buttons like there's no tomorrow. Let me see, is this lens shift? Yes, this shift right here. So that white light that just pushed all over the environment that fast, there you go. That's the reason why downstairs, when I fire off my projection screens from the ceiling to the walls, there's not a bunch of white light flashing all over the place because the screens are designed to absorb light. Like the 150-inch screen we had sitting outside, all that white light that was reflecting off the snow, yeah, the screens are designed to absorb light. Look at the background right here. Go back in and bring our whatchamacallit back in. See how it got dark? There you go. That's the reason why you don't want to go with light gray screens and you don't want to go with white screens. At the end of the day, that's going to reflect all that white light all over the environment. At 5,000 lumens, you're bouncing light everywhere. Let's do that one again. And then shift right over there. Now remember I told you about having a 5,000 lumen ultra short throw projector that would sit a couple inches from your screen, how much light that would bounce back in your direction? Yeah, my projector is 5,000 lumens and we're around 12 feet away from the screen. So imagine 5,000 lumens at probably a foot to 2 feet away from your screen. Do you have any idea how bad that's going to be? That is going to be murder on your freaking eyes and your environment. Yeah, it's going to be insane. There's no point to have 5,000 lumens on the projectors and we're sitting that close at the end of the day. We're not even 12 feet away from the screen. And look at all the light we're pushing up all over the place. There you go. All right. That's pretty much it. Doesn't make a difference if we use motorized projection screens, all the same thing. Gray screens, white screens, bad for dedicated theater rooms. They push up too much white light. Can't cancel it out. All right, I guess that's basically about it. All right, so I got to get on the website in a few minutes. I got to hook up for the pre-orders right now. As I said before, we're only going to do about 60. I want to be painting today, so the rest of our paint comes in to be able to finish out the rest of the screen, the walls in here, so we're done, and we can start on something else. But yeah, we're going to do the pre-orders today, and I got to leave it at that, you know what I mean? All right, I got to go. Thank you for your time. We went way over where I was supposed to do, but then I got to explain a few things and got caught up in this little thing over here. But yeah, just to share at the end of the day, yeah. Ta-da. I'm tired, people. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go get right now some breakfast cereal or something. But right now, I got this done right here. I showed some things up on the screen, the white levels. A few people on Facebook were asking me about white levels, how they were going to pick up on the screen, and it's not going to be a problem, as you can see whatsoever. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless. I think I got the pictures for the rest of the load. Did we?